Welcome to Potawatomi Sportsbook Weekly. This is Austin Herdina, Sportsbook Manager, with Eric Osterman, our Director of Digital Gaming.
Hello.
Just the two of us today. A little different today. A little more intimate group today. But, I want to start off with last night. NBA playoffs. The NBA Finals started. Game 1.
Yeah.
It was popping in here in the Sportsbook. It became standing room only. I mean, people were in here waiting. Yeah.
Very cool.
They were getting their tables. Every chair was counted for. People were excited. Really strong start to the game, too.
Yeah, got treated to a nice game.
Yeah.
That was really fun. A lot lower scoring than I kind of initially thought, right? I know there was a point there in the right around the start of the fourth quarter, toward the middle of the fourth quarter, where it's like, wow, this is going to fly under.
Yeah, I mean, it was more than 3 minutes from the start of the game until the first whistle. I mean, they let them play.
Yeah. You like to see that. I do anyway. Especially in a finals game, right? Things are going to get a little chippy. There's obviously going to be a lot of passion. You don't want to see the refs sort of bully their way into the game. So, like to see that.
Yeah, and the spread for the game was Spurs minus 4.5 or minus 5. Kind of moved back and forth a little bit. That was what most of our bettors were taking. Most of the money yesterday was on the Spurs. It looked good, leading at halftime. But that third quarter, I believe it was 11 points I got outscored by, something similar to that maybe. Don't hold me to that, but yeah, it was it kind of fell apart in the second half. The Knicks got it done. Jalen Brunson put up 30 points in a game where he honestly didn't play well, and in the post-game interview, he even said as much.
Yeah.
And they still found a way. I mean, Josh Hart put up 3 points, but he had double-digit rebounds, double-digit assists. I think it was like 4 steals, a couple blocks.
Yeah.
They just have enough guys throughout their team that they don't need to score. They can do everything else.
And that kind of makes you feel good about the team going in the final, for me anyway, right? Like, in the finals, you do whatever you have to do to win. And if you see these guys kind of put their ego aside, kind of doing what they have to do, going underneath, grabbing that hard rebound, I think Zach, who sits in with us sometimes on the show, is a big Spurs guy. But, I mean, from what I saw yesterday, I really like the way the Knicks kind of handled themselves, especially late in the game. So from a betting perspective, we see this a lot in the NBA, like the zigzag theory, right? Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see this go 7 games, but what are you looking at for this next game coming up?
So next game coming up, the line at the moment is Spurs minus 6. So a little bit more of a favorite than they were in game 1, in which they lost. Interesting. I mean, I don't necessarily know what the thinking on that is and why that would be. I don't know if you have an opinion on that. Maybe it's just that you figure, the Spurs are going to win at least 1 of 2 at home. And
that's probably what it is.
If that's the thinking, well then, it's more likely to win now that they lost the first. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think also maybe that we've seen it a lot. You've been behind the counter for a long time, same as me. And, the zigzag theory, especially in the NBA, we've gotten killed on it a number of times. I know the last maybe couple of years hasn't been as bad. But, you see these series that go to 7 games kind of go back and forth. And, it's an easy pattern for the bettors to latch onto.
Yeah, I'm going to be intrigued to see where the money comes in on this one, because you can get the Knicks at plus 195, just about 2-1 on a team that they just won last night.
Without their best stuff, you would say. Maybe.
Right. So I'm just, if they get off to a better start, not have to come from behind too. Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens there. Now the Knicks are the favorite to win the title. They're minus 139. The buyback on the Spurs plus 115. So, yeah, I mean, just one game like that, switched it from Spurs minus 195 to plus 115. You never know, and that's why they play the games.
That's right. I mean, taking a big one, the first one on the road, that has to be factored into that series price, right? That's the most difficult win out of the way already.
Yeah. So. Tonight we have NHL Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Game 1. Yeah, Game 1 on Tuesday night was a lot of fun. I mean, Carolina jumped out with a goal in the first 20, 30 seconds, something like that. Mm-hmm. They go up 2-0, and then Vegas fights back. Vegas gets the win. Was it 5-3? Was that the final? I know it was.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think they got an empty netter late, so I think it was 5-3.
Mm-hmm. Carolina looked really good to start that game off.
Yeah.
It was kind of bleak for us Golden Knights fans to start off with, but that's kind of the way they've played all year. Just been really scrappy, and I think the way Carolina played in the first period kind of shows you, it shows in the line for this game tonight. I think they're 159 favorites last I looked.
Yep,
So
159, Vegas plus 135.
So you're kind of seeing a little bit of the opposite of what we're seeing in the basketball, right? Where, Carolina, they're maintaining that big favorite status, and I don't know. I think this is going to be a tough one for the Knights to win. I think I would be all over Carolina in this spot.
So with the game one win by Vegas, they are now the favorite to win the series. They're minus 155 to get that Stanley Cup. That's pretty exciting. I mean, I know this is a young franchise, obviously. You go back to the year that their first year in the league, and they made it to the finals, and they ran into the Capitals, I believe, and Ovechkin got it done.
Yeah, this team's always overachieved since the beginning, and we know that Vegas is a hard place to play, right? I mean, during the regular season, that's kind of held up. But during the postseason, the atmosphere in that building is incredible. So it's going to be really tough for Carolina to go in there and steal a game in Vegas.
So Eric, you were in Vegas when the Knights when they arrived to the NHL, right?
That's
when
right.
their first year in their inaugural season.
Yeah.
Were you in the industry? Were you working in sports books at that time?
Yeah, it was. So I was a risk room manager, I guess, at the Superbook in Las Vegas. Actually, a big group of my friends went to the very first home game.
Nice.
I had to work, so I was doing the in progress on the game. So I guess that was kind of fun. But yeah, it was really cool. The first team that Vegas got that they say Vegas born, right? The first pro team in Las Vegas, the local people really latched onto it, and it's been a lot of fun. Like I mentioned, they overachieved. We had a couple of our hockey guys in the back room when they finished that expansion draft saying they were going to finish in last place in the West after that. So yeah, the team's just been crazy. They've always found guys that were kind of misfits, and they put the teams together. I know now they have more of the big names, right? But yeah, it's been a fun ride.
So I know. So at that time, do you remember the year? Do you remember what year that was when Vegas got into the league? Was it before sports betting went nationwide? Was it like before sports betting went outside Nevada? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember exactly what year that was, but I know 2018 is when like states started.
Yeah, I think it was right before that. It was.
Okay.
It was the same year as the Vegas shooting.
Yep.
I want to say that was 2017.
Okay.
But
Vegas traditionally, I mean, what it was like before, the new betting landscape. A lot of people would come into Vegas and they would bet, futures and whatever on their home team, right? What was betting like from the Vegas perspective that first season? Like, were there people that were betting the Golden Knights at long shots to win the cup? Were they like throughout the year? Were you just nonstop seeing Vegas bets the way that we see Brewers and Bucks and Packers bets?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So beginning of the season, they were such long odds, right? Because almost nobody gave them a shot, that people were coming in just to get a souvenir, right? Like their $5 or $10 future ticket was just something hey, I'll put this up in my man cave, or to have as Vegas as their inaugural season. And then as the season went on, we obviously got a lot of liability from that. Just these small tickets, but they add up. Then as the season went on, we're like, oh my goodness, they are actually have a shot at the playoffs. So we tried to get in front of that move, right? We kind of dropped them lower than what the rest of the market had to try to catch up, and we did not. Let me put it that way. By the time we got to the Stanley Cup final, we were looking at a huge liability. So I think we were all pulling for the Knights to win just as fans, but it was a nice little silver lining that we won a bunch of money on the Capitals.
I'm just picturing like someone that took that initial ticket they made on Vegas to win it all at 100 to 1 or whatever it might have been.
I think they were up near like 250 to 1, 300 to 1.
Wow. I'm thinking like, they took that and they like, framed it, hung it on their basement wall or something like that. And then once they get to the cup, they're like, hold on a second, I need to take this down from the wall.
Break in case of emergency.
I might be making some thousands of dollars here.
Yeah.
Even the winning the West, I mean, I'm sure there are people that bet on them to win the West, and that must have been a big liability too.
We got killed on that too. Yeah. So it was fun though. I mean, hockey, for when I started in the industry, especially, it was the fourth place of the Big Four, and it like wasn't even close, right? I mean, there were nights where between our baseball action and our hockey action, the hockey action was a tenth of what we took on the MLB. And then when the Knights came in, people started paying attention, and that meant the books had to pay attention too. Like, honestly, hockey betting has gotten more difficult since the Golden Knights because the sharp people that work in the books have gotten sharper on it.
Yeah. So we're going to segue over here to soccer. We got the World Cup starting in 1 week from today.
How exciting.
Started off, I believe it's Mexico. I just hit the wrong button here. Mexico, I think, is starting in the first game. They're hosting along with America. We have... Oh, geez, I just hit the wrong button again. I'm sorry.
We forgive you.
Mexico and South Africa is the first game at 2 p.m. next Thursday. We are having a fiesta. We're having a party here in the Sportsbook next Thursday. So if you want to come on in, watch the World Cup, we're going to be having that first game, Mexico versus South Africa, in Spanish. We're going to be playing it in Spanish in our Sportsbook. We know
that's going to be an exciting broadcast, too.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Incredible the way these guys get behind their team. It's awesome.
And the home fans, too.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
It's going to be an awesome experience. So come on in. I want to make an announcement as well that throughout the entirety of the World Cup, the restaurant in here is going to be opening up at 2 p.m. on weekdays. Normally we open up at 4. We're going to be opening up at 2 so that you guys can get your food. Sit down and watch the World Cup.
Great new menu too at the restaurant. They just launched, I believe, their newer menu. It's great.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I was fortunate enough to be part of 2 food testings because, I can't eat everything on the first time. I got to come back a second time, try what I couldn't eat. I must have missed my invite.
I have to go check my emails.
Well, next time I'll let you know. But it's a small, intimate VIP group. Sure. Sorry you weren't invited. But yeah, and then the next night we got USA and Paraguay. So World Cup fever is coming right now. I want to get a little announcement out there, a little PSA maybe for those soccer bettors that don't normally bet soccer. Soccer is normally bet on a 3-way line. Okay, so what that means is you're going to bet on, let's just take Mexico and South Africa, for example. You could bet on Mexico to win, you could bet on South Africa to win, or you could bet that they draw, meaning that the score is tied at the end of the 90 minutes. Okay. 90 minutes and stoppage time is included for the money line, the totals, some props. Like, you got to look at your information when you click it. You choose what you want to put to the bet slip. If it does include added time or extra time, it will tell you that. So if you bet it like live on some of the player props, it will tell you that. But otherwise, the group stage of the World Cup, everything is going to be 3-way because they can draw. Okay. If you want to choose, once you get to the knockout stage, so once we're down to 32 teams and it's single elimination from there, somebody has to advance to the next round. So what's going to happen if they're still tied after 90 minutes? They will play 2 more 15-minute halves. If they're still tied after that, they do a shootout. Okay? So basically what I'm trying to tell you is there will be an option that says team to go through at that point. And if you want to just bet on the team to go through, you don't want to have to worry about winning in just the 90 minutes, that is an option as well. Okay, it's something that I think a lot of people that don't normally bet soccer just are not aware of. They're just not educated on it.
Right. Yeah, it's different than a lot of our main American sports because we don't typically have a tie option or a draw, as you'll see it. So, I've said it here before, but it's even more important now. If you're not sure what you're betting, just come up to the window, talk to the team. They'll make sure that you understand what you're betting because there's nothing worse than thinking you have a winner and it turns out you actually don't. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
What else is going on? We got UFC this weekend. UFC Fight Night, and the week after UFC on, what was it, the 14th, or I believe?
Yeah,
the
I think that's
Freedom
right.
250.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. It's on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
We're going to have, we can get reservations already right now. If you want to go to potawatomi.com/sportsbook/reservations or /casino/sportsbook, and you'll click on the reservations link, you'll see Freedom 250, and you can choose your area you'd like to sit in. It's going to be awesome. I mean, anytime there's a big UFC event is special, but this is a special event.
There's going to be some great fights on that card, no doubt. But you know what I'm actually curious about is there are some extra variables that you kind of have to factor in with this fight, right? UFC almost never fights outside.
Yeah.
Dana White has said that he does that on purpose, right? You don't have to worry about the extra humidity, the extra heat, the bugs, right? Washington, D.C. in the summer. So, yeah, maybe factor that in when you're handicapping these fights.
Yeah, I mean, the guys that maybe don't have the best endurance, like if it turns out it's going to be a hot and humid night,
Yeah.
like that's going to be tough. I would assume if you're later in the night, probably the cooler temperature will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't know. We don't know what to expect. This is the first time there's ever been a UFC event on the White House lawn.
Yeah.
It's new territory. And then it was also announced recently that Conor McGregor is going to be coming back to the UFC with a fight against Max Holloway on July 11th. So we don't have reservations up for that yet, but we will coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. And then they have 7 fights on the Freedom 250 on the main card. Normally it's a 5-card main card, but 7 this time, and it's just some huge names. I mean, we're talking. Gosh, I'm looking at the main event, right? Topuria and Gaethje, and then that's the main event. And like 6 fights before that, you have Sean O'Malley in a fight, who normally is a main event guy.
No, for sure.
So it's just the card is so deep. You got Diego Lopez. He came to Potawatomi during APFC. He was the special guest. That was awesome. You know, thousands of people were getting autographs and photos with him. He was such a great guy. I got to meet him here. So I'm always going to be cheering for him. But yeah, UFC is fun. And then what else we got going on? We got the French Open. We got Roland Garros, we like to call it.
Yeah, what a crazy tournament that's been. I know you're much more of a tennis follower than I am. But I get these alerts on my phone. Upset. It's kind of crazy.
It's from the beginning, from the first couple of days, right? You know, first of all, it's a French Open. You know, for many years of my life, you know, it was always, okay, Nadal's the favorite, right?
Yeah.
Nadal is retired. And what happened then? Just another Spaniard became the favorite every year. Alcaraz was always the favorite.
Yeah.
He's unable to compete this year because of his injuries. So Sinner is an overwhelming favorite, minus 310 before the tournament started. And he went out in the second round.
To win the whole thing?
To win the whole thing.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
And he went out. Yeah. Yeah, when it was Alcaraz and Sinner, I mean, it was kind of, they were both around even money. But once it became just Sinner, minus 310 it went to. And lost in the second round. I mean, it was one of the huge upsets in Roland Garros history. And Sinner being out, and in the women's side, you know, Iga Swiatek went out early. Sabalenka just went out. You know, she got beat 10 games in a row, losing the third set 6-0. Like, she fell apart.
Yeah. I guess that can happen on clay, right? Like, if you're not fully
and that's her worst
comfortable,
surface too.
Yeah.
Like, she's so much better on the hard court.
Yeah.
But this was her opportunity. I mean, she wants that career Grand Slam, and she was overwhelmingly the favorite when they were down to 8 competitors left, and now she's out. Yeah. Semifinals ended today, so we have the women's final on Saturday, the men's semifinal tomorrow morning. We'll have the TV up if you're here early at 7:30 in the morning. We got Zverev and Menzik if you wanted that match, and then at noon we got Arnaldi and Kobali, 2 Italians there facing
2 people
each other.
I've never heard of. Is there anybody that you like? Let me ask you that, right? Like, with all of these upsets going on, maybe some other people have had a chance to showcase their skills. Like, is there someone that you got your eye on?
So as soon as Sinner went out, it was very common amongst the sports betting community that this is Zverev's tournament to win. Like, it's his tournament to lose, basically. He's never won a major. This will be his first major. He's come close so many times. He's made finals. He's made a lot of semifinals. Doesn't need to worry about, you know, the big 2 guys of Sinner and Alcaraz. You know, Joker went out early as well. This is his tournament to lose. And now we're down to the semifinals, 4 left. You can get him right now at minus 182 to win it. He's minus 400 in his match tomorrow. But yeah, I feel like it's his to lose, but I felt that way about Sabalenka too, and that didn't work out. So you just don't know. I mean, who would have thought we'd have, you know, 2 Italians in the semifinals and neither one of them is Sinner?
Yeah, it's fun to see every once in a while, right? Like, yeah, it's cool to see greatness. It's cool to see people chase records. But every once in a while when, you know, a couple of, you know, guys, maybe journeyman type of people or maybe rookies. I don't know where these guys are at in their career, but it's nice to see them kind of show up and then test themselves in the big, in the spotlight, right? See how they react. So,
also want to touch on college baseball. We're in the college baseball World Series phase right now. We have all the bets you can make on those games. Milwaukee made it. They were 5-22 at one point in the season, and they got hot and they won their conference tournament, earning a spot in the regional. They go to the regional and beat number 4 ranked Auburn. Then they go and win another game they were huge underdogs in. And then unfortunately they had to face Auburn again, and all they had to do was beat Auburn once, but Auburn beat them both times, 2 games. Yeah. Milwaukee's out, but what a run by them. That's awesome to see for the local team.
Yeah. That's the beauty of baseball, man. Like, you get hot. Anybody can beat anybody even any given day. We say it all the time in the pro game, right? Even the best team in the league and the pros is going to lose 60 times a year. Yeah. Right. The parity in baseball is awesome, and it was a really cool run. Glad to see that.
Yeah, a lot of powerhouses still left in the College World Series. Number 1 team, UCLA, got eliminated, but we still got you got North Carolina, Texas, Auburn, Georgia. A lot of good teams still available. But, yeah, if you want to bet on that, come on in, get those bets in. What else is going on? What's going on in the golf world?
Yeah, just to touch on the golf really quick, we've got the U.S. Open coming up in 2 weeks. We got the Memorial Tournament going on right now, which is a signature event. And then the Canadian Open next week, which is always a good tournament. I've been on a weird run so far this year in the golf, right? So for the Masters, I picked Jon Rahm. He missed the cut. He played really well in the PGA. Then for the PGA, I picked Tommy Fleetwood. He missed the cut and is now playing really good golf. I believe he's tied for the lead or maybe won back in the Memorial this year. So possibly looking to double down on Tommy Fleetwood. Last time the U.S. Open was at Shinnecock, he finished second to Brooks Koepka. So maybe somebody to look at there.
All right, so give me a pick for next week so that I can bet on that person in 2 weeks for the U.S. Open.
Shoot.
I'll tell you what, we look at Scheffler. I wanted to look at Scheffler right now because I know he was the favorite. He's down to plus 215 to win this Memorial Tournament.
We took a pretty decent-sized bet on Scheffler pre-tournament, too. He's won this tournament the last 2 years, so we're going for a three-peat. So I think Tiger's the only person to ever three-peat this tournament. So.
Yep. We've gone this long without talking about baseball even. Brewers, still in first place, doing really well.
Giants are beating them up a little bit.
That's okay. But, yeah, if you want to come in, I'm telling you right now, our shuttles are getting more and more popular.
Yeah.
As they should. It's great. Yeah, I suggest coming a little earlier if you want to get on the shuttle right away and not have to wait at all. We have shuttles that start an hour and 15 minutes before first pitch, all the way up until the first pitch of the game. So you want to come on in, get on the shuttle, save money from parking, get dropped off right at the stadium, nice and easy walk. Come on into the sportsbook, make a bet of $5 or more on anything. It doesn't have to be a Brewers game. Or you can have a purchase at our bar or restaurant in here. And you're going to get a bracelet, take you right to the annex area, walk over there, get on the shuttle, take you right to the stadium. Same thing back here and get dropped off right at the sportsbook.
Great deal. It's an amazing deal. Take advantage of it.
It's awesome. And the other night I made sure to stop and ask everyone that came back from the shuttle just how was their experience, and everyone said it was awesome. I asked if there was anything we could do better, and no one had any compliment. And no one had anything to add. Everyone was just complimentary of the whole experience.
Go. Yeah, couldn't be any better. You heard it here, folks.
Yep. WNBA is in full swing right now. And Eric, I got a little trivia question for you before we go.
Okay.
There is a league that starts tonight. Opening night of this sport is tonight. Do you know what's happening tonight? A little north of the border.
Canadian football.
Yes. Opening night tonight. The Montreal
Exciting.
Alouettes and the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Okay, you want to come in and bet CFL? It's on CBS Sports Network. We got the game right here tonight.
Yeah, little summer football.
Let's
right.
Go. And UFL, they're going to be in the playoffs now. This Sunday, there's 2 games. So, if you're interested in coming in and bet on
we've got
football,
it all here.
Football or football, whatever you want to bet on, we got it. That's it for this week. If you want to come on in and place some bets, you come see me, Austin, at the window, okay? We'll see you at the window. Have a good night.